Hi guys, this is Ron Malhotra. This morning I had an incredible experience doing a hike with Daniel Burgess from the Phoenix experience. You and I have been talking about this for a while, and this was an experience you created for people because you wanted them to get out of their head and really have the experience. So today I wanted to share my 3 experiences. So my first experience was teamwork is really important. You know, I've talked about the importance of a championship team versus a team of champions. What happened was I didn't bring my asthma inhaler, so sometimes I get bad asthma, and last time I did a hike was about 18 months ago, and so today I was climbing up the mountain. I didn't expect that I would have any issues, so I didn't bring my Ventolin with me. And so there was a few times I had to stop. I had to just stop because I had to breathe. And one of the things I realized was that having a good team means that you're supported through it. And in life, I feel like the importance of a team is so necessary. And sometimes people say I'm a self-made person, and I always say, well, if you're a self-made person, you haven't made much, because I really feel that one as a single person, it's very hard to accomplish great things. And today I had a great team with me, so it just meant every time I had to stop, I had to breathe a little bit more. I had somebody who was able to provide me with support, whether it was a bottle of water or just wait for me, and I think that's really important in life. And those moments where you start to feel a bit weak, you're not at your peak performance, you just kind of feel that having the right people around you can be so important. Having the right support structure is really important. So whether that's family, whether it's the right team in your business, whether it's people that believe in you, I think it's really important to have a good team. The second thing for me was that it's important to stretch yourself in every aspect. So I stretch myself mentally, intellectually, emotionally. I try and aim for the next level. Every year I set bigger goals. And whilst I've always been reasonably fit and healthy, when you push yourself again out of your comfort zone, you kind of realize that, you haven't really been pushing yourself that hard. And today it became evident to me that, I have been pushing myself in a number of areas, but I haven't been pushing myself as much as I can physically. And so I think it's important that we stretch ourselves in all areas, and we don't wait till a train wreck happens before we change. I always say that successful people change because of inspiration. Unsuccessful people wait for desperation before they change.
I love that.
And so today I thought it was important. And in Daniel's presence, it was like, I've got a long way to go with fitness, and that's okay. So and that's one of the things I do, is I surround myself with people that are more advanced than me in different areas, because then it gives me something to aspire towards. So that's my second learning from today's experience. My third learning from today's experience is that as you get closer to the top, the climb gets steeper. And today what I noticed was we were 5 minutes from getting to this point, and Daniel basically, because we didn't talk throughout this hike, and at one point you just said we were 4 minutes to get to the top, and I thought, wow, this is great. I felt a sense of relief until I looked up and I realized that the last 4 minutes were really, really steep. And it kind of got me thinking that life's very much like that the more successful you get, the higher you go, the more you rise, the steeper the climb gets. It doesn't actually get easy. So a lot of people kind of think, if I become successful, my life's going to get easy. It's not about making it easier. It's about us getting better. And so those were my top 3 learnings. I want to ask you, this is an incredible experience that you have started, and you bring a lot of professionals. You kind of get them to break away from their daily routines, and you take them through this experience. What really, instigated you to come up with this experience?
What I found is that most people, myself included, wait for a train wreck to happen in their lives before they do something, right? It takes some kind of adversity for us to look at our relationships, look at our health, look at our job before we change, right? Like we stay in jobs that we don't like, we stay in relationships we don't like, or we're complacent in relationships that we shouldn't be complacent in. And maybe we're 10 or 15 kilos overweight, so we're not at a heart attack risk, but we're in that danger zone waiting for something to happen.
Which you call it the okay zone as well.
Yeah.
You must have, a lot of you may have already heard the Daniel's podcast interview that I did, where you talked about this thing called the okay zone, the danger zone.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so what I wanted to do is create like a physical and a mental experience that recreates those same conditions of a life-changing event, but doing it consciously. Like you said, an act of inspiration rather than desperation. I thought that's just sums it up perfectly.
But it's so true. People wait till things get desperate, whether it's their finances or it's their relationships or it's their health. People wait till things get really bad before they take action. And I've been going to the gym every day, so I thought, well, I'm reasonably fit. But today was like I realized that there is another level, right? And I actually am not that fit as I'd like to be. So thank you for bringing us through this experience.
No, thank you.
And so Daniel, obviously, we had you were leading today, and then Stacey, you came along. Today was your first time that you said you've done a climb, right? But you actually did really well.
I did. I surprised myself.
Yeah. What was your experience today?
So for me today, I realised that I am a perfectionist, and with that, I think I am so busy trying to weigh up what is the right decision, what is the wrong decision, and so I spend a lot of time trying to predict the future to avoid mistakes. And I realised climbing up the mountain, you know what, I'm missing out on so many experiences. And I had this light bulb moment where I went, you know what, it doesn't matter whether you make a mistake. It's not actually a mistake because you're learning from it. So it's really just about experiences. So today I walk away going, no more worrying about what's right, what's wrong. There is no right and wrong. It's just living, just experiencing the now. So it was, a pretty powerful moment.
And in saying that, you probably said one of the most powerful things you could have said, which is about living in the present moment. So a lot of people live in the past. They keep thinking about the past. And so that causes depression, especially if they've had some emotional baggage from the past and they keep recreating that. I used to live a lot in the future, and I still do. So I'm very futuristic. I'm always thinking about the next thing. And sometimes I kind of realize I need to be in the present moment. I need to spend more time in the present moment and detach myself from the past and the future and just be in the now. And I think climbing the mountain, I think it's one of those things which forces you. You have no choice because your body is screaming and it just wants to stop, right? You can't breathe. And so you have no choice. There's no space for you to get any other thoughts.
Yeah.
So
no talking as well.
There's no talking. So we were not able to talk at all, and so it kind of forced you in the to be in the now, in the present. All you can think about is this moment, and we know it's actually from a manifestation perspective, the present moment is the most powerful moment, because whatever you're going to manifest and create, you're going to actually do it in the present moment. You're not going to do it when your mind is in the future or when your mind is in the past. You're going to do it in the now. And Caroline, I want to know from you as well, what was your experience climbing the mountain today, because you were obviously a part of this team. So I would love to know what you think.
One of the biggest learnings for me was how powerful your mind is when you start something challenging. Like in the first 5 minutes, my lungs hurt, everything. It's like my body was screaming, saying, do you know what, you've got 60 minutes of this and you're not going to make it. And because we couldn't talk, everything was magnified. And then you were struggling to breathe, and then my mind went to, we've got to get off the mountain, went into rescue mode, and it's going crazy, and I wasn't able to talk, and but then what I realized is when you are present and you just let all that settle, it's amazing what happens and how powerful you are and how powerful your body is, and also that people don't need rescuing, they just need you to be there, and that you just have to sense and be intuitive, and it's amazing what you pick up. And 60 minutes later we all got up the mountain, including you, and we're all laughing and having a great time, and my legs don't hurt anymore. And they didn't hurt after 10 minutes, and my lungs didn't hurt after 10 minutes, but that 10 minutes was crucial. And that's where I think so many people give up when they start something. We give up because it hurts.
Thanks for watching this, guys. Would love to know a time where you physically stretched yourself and mentally you didn't think you were going to be able to make it. Would love to know what you did about it. How did you overcome that mental chatter and those limiting beliefs to achieve what you did? Thanks for watching.